How you doing, everyone? This video is going to be a focus on using Google Slides and advancing how we're going to build portfolios for the remainder of the year and getting a little bit deeper into the specifics of it. This post specifically was from September 28th, but I pushed it to the top of the classrooms in the last couple of weeks. And there's an example of my portfolio that I've put together for myself. There's a student copy of a template that you can make your own copy of and use this. There's a reference here for the outline of what you should consider when you're trying to build a document like this, because it's all meant to follow the engineering design process. And for future projects that we work on, like mousetrap racers or dragsters, this is the workflow that you're looking to follow as an engineering mind type. And the documents that go along with it, just like a science lab would follow the science lab protocol steps. This is the step work, and the best types of portfolios really show how your mind goes through this entirety. But this is just a reference that's in here for you. So I'm mentioning that because you can click there and see what I was just pointing to and use that as a framework. And moving ahead with the concept here is that I just published this by way of going to File, Share, and instead of just share with others, you can publish it to the web right here, and it turns it into a web link. When you paste it into a web browser, or if you were to click on it as a hyperlink somewhere, QR code, these things could be, you can have it say digital portfolio on a resume and hyperlink this web address to it, and then it becomes its own online player, and then it also functions. If you look at the way there's a table of contents and then a contents button on my slideshow here, it's interactive, and it brings you to where you want to go, and it works just like a full-blown built website with code. But that's how Google Slides can bring you here, is by way of building this the right way, publishing it in the share menu here, and then you can use it as a completely online digital version of you. And so, really quickly here, if you insert, I have an alarm going off in the background. I gotta go cut that out. I'll be right back. My bad. Okay, so if you insert a text box and then format a bulleted list, which is just an bulleted lists, so it's like inserting a text box to draw out a formatted bulleted list, and then you can list your slides, list what goes on in your presentation when it's done, right click on it and link. And rather than just putting in a link to a website, you can link the slides in a presentation with any wording that you've got or any images that you've got in Google Slides. So it's actually really quick and easy to, you can just highlight that, click the slides in this presentation, and then you can choose the slides in the presentation to build link systems and have this navigated presentation. Again, you can see that here and here. All that is hyperlinking. That's done when you build it. And then the other thing about all of this is if you publish it and it's online, here's the build side of that, and then it's online. But if you are to then update any of what you have going on here, it's going to update it with the online version. You don't have to republish it after you make any changes. It's just going to synchronize what you have on your slides in whatever account you're doing this from to the internet, and it's going to constantly allow you to just rebuild whatever is there. So say you send a resume to somebody, you forget to add something to a presentation like this, you could actually still continue to do it, and at whatever moment they see it, it's going to be updated with whatever you add to this. So it's just such a beautiful way of being able to easily get things out there to the world. And then for specifically things like Onshape, and get into the specific here, what you'll do is take your student version of this over here on the left side where these slides can be created and sorted. You right click and duplicate slides that you've got. If you pre-format a nice template for a top title block kind of situation here, you can do this however you want, but you do it once and do a nice job with it so you can keep reusing it. And then again, for something like an Onshape file like this, you can just hit the print screen button on the keyboard and then go over to this is a newer version of Windows, so it's going to do it a little bit differently. But print screen on a regular Windows computer in our lab is going to capture a picture of whatever is on the desktop. I'm just going to use it in Windows. It'll look more like this for you guys. And then it captures it, and then you can just paste it. Oh, wrong side of things here. That's mine. This is the last one. You can just then Control V and paste and drop whatever images you want to capture into your slides, and it's super simple. The other honorable mention for way of doing this on your own, like if you're riding the struggle bus on doing this way, you could always also just upload pictures to a Google Drive folder, and a Google Drive folder can be clicked on, and you can generate a share link and give that to people to open up a bunch of photos of whatever you put in a Drive folder. But Google being free and available to everybody, and with you guys having some experience and now resources can see how this gets done. Again, like this tells you to delete the first slide afterwards, having a cover slide that's dated, having now knowledge that this goes in last. This is just place held, so you can put the titles of different slides and sections of a presentation and build in hyperlinks like this one has later on. And again, those hyperlinks are just anything that you have, even a photo on a slide could be right clicked on and right click on it. Is this not working as a link? No. It doesn't come up in the menu when you right click on a photo, but it does allow it to happen from the link. If you go to insert link here, the bottom of the menu gets cut off. Can't get to it. Yeah, you could even use a photo, an image. You can download a button that says forward and back and use that to build a web type interface into your slides. And then once it gets published online, it's a cool way of web design, in a little bit of an unconventional sense, but it's because all of Google is online, it publishing up. And here, let me just give you a quick, since this is published, this is slide 18. Actually, I'm going to move something in the slide so you can see it. I just moved that photo, and now when I go to the web design setup, if I refresh this, now online, the refreshing the internet just updated the location of that photo because I moved it in my slides. So that's just proof that as this happens, and if it's online, you can still continue to edit this construction side of it, and it updates where it is ever on the internet ongoing. So this is just an amazing presentation tool for yourself to have a good online portfolio and have it as a part of a resume and application process in your world. And it comes in handy, believe me. So that's everything that I want to review about getting you guys into this and finishing these things up. Have a great day and a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.